What I've been watching. This is the first what have I been watching in a while where everything I watched was not on streaming. Everything. So I guess we'll just start with this Disney movie based on a true story, Million Dollar Arm. I've seen this before, and it's about this guy who's trying to bring like a major league baseball team to like India kind of, and it's kind of what goes on with that. It's a short, well, it's a really fun, like true story Disney movie, and that kind of classic, traditional Disney that I kind of miss. We don't get a lot of films that are just like feel wholesome like this movie in a way. It's not a word I use very often, but it's not like, man, this movie's great or anything. I'm trying to be some great film, but in a way, I feel like with all the blockbusters, live action remakes, Pixar movies, Disney animated movies, and all that stuff, we've kind of missed out on stuff like this, and we don't get this stuff anymore. And I think it's just because over the years, this stuff has become less appreciated, so it's kind of died out. And with Disney Plus, they might start bringing that stuff back. But it all depends on how successful that stuff is there. So I would recommend that if you like those sorts of things, support Disney Plus, support and check out these movies too. So yeah, out of all the Disney movies I've got recently, I think next I just need to watch is Into the Woods. I've seen this before, and I'm excited to watch that. But I think I'm done after that. Then we got Robin Hood. This is the Disney version. Full disclosure, I'd never seen this movie in Blu-ray quality. I've always watched this movie as a kid on DVD. I think that DVD is actually out of print. That's how old the DVD is. I think they've had it since before I was born, maybe. I don't even know. My parents, anyways. And it's... Okay. This is a fine movie. I think it's just very forgettable. Like, there's not much different from other Robin Hood stories except that it's the fox. Okay, they're fox and animals and things like that, and that's really it. Like, it's a very traditional Robin Hood movie. There's better ones out there than this version, but as this is, it's a great Disney animated movie. I kind of wish it just doesn't. What I don't like about this movie is it doesn't feel as adventurous as some of the other Robin Hood movies. It feels very traditional Disney stuff, kind of a little too cutesy at times, and I think that really harms it, right? Because this could be a legitimately great, like adventure, swashbuckling type movie, but we just get the cutesy Disney stuff, and it just at times it just gets so freaking cutesy. It's just like, stop it, no. But out of the era that this came out in, was this like the 70s and the 80s? Yeah, something like that. This film was kind of one of the better ones to come out of that time period, and I think it's fantastic for that time period. And then after that, I watched the last of the recent DC movies I got recently, Batman Hush. So here's my thing about movies and comic adaptations of books and things like that. I usually try to rate them based on how good the filmmaking is, right? With these, there isn't much filmmaking. It's just, is the animation good? Is the voice acting good? Is the story good? Are the characters good? But a lot of that boils down to how well did they adapt the comic? I've read Batman Hush. The story is very messy. They change things from the comic for no reason. And why it bothers me and things like this, right? So if I was going to watch a Superman movie, let's say there's a Batman movie or Superman movie playing in the theater right now, and they said, hey, this Superman movie is based off Superman All-Star. Hey, this Batman movie is based off The Long Halloween or Batman Year One. Okay, so I know they're not going to be accurate to the comic, right? Because a general audience member would not want what's in the comic to be in the movie. They want it to be understandable to them, right? So they're going to try to make it as clear as possible, change some things. That's just the type of movie this is, right? And when you spend $300 million making these films, and you want them to make money and be profitable, and they're not able to appeal to a general audience, there's a big issue, right? But what's this? These are direct-to-video animated films. Not many people know about these besides the hardcore fans. People who love DC, they love the comics, all that stuff, okay? So it is inexcusable when they take a story that they could adapt shot for shot and do it perfectly in film version, and instead they opt to go change things that don't need to be changed. A lot of people complain about it with The Killing Joke, but with The Killing Joke, that story is seen as offensive, and they were trying to change things from the story that were seen as offensive. And if you had to change so much of the story to do that, it probably wasn't worth adapting. But this is like less excusable. Case in point, let me grab it here. I really need to rewatch this movie. But, yes, this is my hardcover Batman Under the Red Hood. Now, this is the comic. So you kind of, I'm going to show you some of the art there. Beautiful comic, honestly. If you haven't read this story, incredible story. I got this for $13, I think, at Best Buy. But when you go in the back here, you got this Blu-ray disc here. So I will say, these discs are really hard to get out. And you got a DVD down there, right? This is great, okay? Because Batman Under the Red Hood, the movie and the comic are on par. They change a very little. And they remain on par with each other for that reason. So yes, they should have done that. They should have done that with Batman Hunt. And it just didn't happen. And I don't know why. It's really stupid. And again, what's nice about these DC animated movies is they're able to be more risque than the ones we get in theaters, right? They have tons of them that are rated R. They have storylines where they kill Batman, Superman, all those characters and just kill them off in one movie. They have PG-13. Majority of their movies are PG-13. There's some rated R ones, but they're PG-13 for the most part, and they use that to show blood, show violence, actually show stakes and consequences within the story. And that is why these things are good, but just butchering stories like this, you have all this artistic freedom to do what you want, and then you just take it and go, boop, boop, screw your story. Very, very disappointing. And then out of the movies, finally, the last movie I watched here was this. Just this really boring movie is about this. I don't even want to describe it. I'm just going to tell you it's boring. Don't even watch it. Picked it up at the Dollar Tree. And you probably were never going to watch it because nobody talks about this film, nor should they ever. It is just a nothing movie. Really hated watching this. And it's like shot 1% above a Hallmark movie. No joke. And then the last thing I watched was he's got a gorilla for sale. I watched Magilla Gorilla. Now, I should state, I didn't watch the entire series. I just watched Big Game, Action, I'm not going to go over names. But, I just watched like the first couple of episodes. I'm going to probably do that every single night with this and finish the show. It's 3 to set, and I'm excited to do that. But yeah, it's a very... I love Hanna-Barbera, so this is really entertaining, fun stuff. I like the character of McGilla. It's kind of a more... Hanna-Barbera stuff is very dated and goofy, but for me, I friggin' love that stuff. I know some people have a problem with that, and I get that because this really isn't the greatest quality of stuff, but I love it, so... Yeah, I don't know. But, yeah, I guess that's going to do it for this video. It's just really nice to be talking about stuff that's not on streaming lately, and... tomorrow I will be talking about things that are on streaming tomorrow, because tomorrow 2 new Netflix films release, and then the day after that we have a new anime series releasing on Netflix, and then the day after that we have more Netflix movies, and we'll see about what comes out in Disney Plus. I don't know actually what's coming out this Friday on Disney Plus, but stay tuned for all that coming tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, whenever. And I'll also just be watching my normal stuff that I watch too. So stay tuned for all that coming soon.